Welcome to the SoBeing Podcast. Human doing, human being. Because we need both. We need to be and do. Only listen to this podcast when you can safely close your eyes. If you're operating heavy machinery, driving a vehicle, doing anything that requires your attention, come back to this. There are eyes closed, hypnotic meditation processes during this podcast. Only listen when it's safe to relax completely and make changes deep down inside that last and stay with you. In episode 5, today, we're going to explore a different way of changing the way you think that changes the way you feel, that gives you more good feelings, more enjoyment in the right now, and allows you to create a more wonderful future. Because the SoBeing process is a cyclic process. We go round and round, and right now we go around to step 1, a releasing and letting go technique. There's an internal dialogue sometimes that is self-critical. There is an internal dialogue sometimes that is under-motivating. There is an internal dialogue sometimes in the mind that doesn't support you. Can change that, because your internal dialogue is your internal dialogue to shift, change, and manipulate. Your internal dialogue is very persuasive. It's good at motivating you to do nothing and be lethargic. It's good at motivating you into worry or doubt. And these are not the high vibration emotions we want to spend more and more of our time in. These are not the positive states of compassion, love, joy. These are not the wonderful states that are created by the internal dialogue. An internal dialogue that produces anxiety, lack of action, and not internal dialogues that help you achieve and succeed. And when you noticing that an internal dialogue holds you back, hold yourself back no more. That internal hypnotist that knows how to persuade you to not take action, or to worry, or to do the wrong thing. Your internal dialogue. It's your unconscious mind, knowing just how to push your buttons, just how to talk you out of doing the things that you know are good for you. Stop listening to that. If it were a person on the street that walked up to you and started criticizing you, you wouldn't take it from them. Why take it from yourself? Wormtongue is an insidious character from the films and books The Lord of the Rings. He whispers in the ear of the king from behind him, whispers and suggests what he must do, poisoning his mindset. Those Wormtongue ear, those monkey mind moments where the mind is jumping, those moments where you're not in control of your own thinking, are moments in time, if it serves and suits you, are ones that you can become in control of and change. Very simply, by taking that internal dialogue that nags, that moans, that whines, and turning it into Mickey Mouse high-pitched squeaky helium voice. By changing that nagging, that doubt, that worry tonality into a high-pitched squeaky helium voice, nagging and telling you you're not good enough, who do you think you are? And suddenly, the power over you is gone. The internal hypnotist has been disrupted by your thinking mind, making a decision about what's right and good for you, to suffer no more those old internal dialogues that demotivated you, sapped your energy and enthusiasm, that criticized you, that held you back, that limited, that worried. No more. as they high-pitched helium voice squeaky off into the distance with your negative fears and worries. And the more silly it seems, the more ridiculous it is, the more that you have peace of mind and clarity of mind and lucidity of thought to direct your thoughts towards what it is that you do want, as you always focus more and more on what you do want, especially after making a change, where you remove the unpleasant feelings, internal dialogues, or imagery that you used to create that held you back, and instead focus in your head, mind, body, the clear mental image, the what you do want, and look and move and feel the direction and hear the internal dialogue that says, yes, this is what I want. The motivating, the exciting internal dialogue, the quiet or calm, the confident, the assured, the positive, yes, yes, internal dialogue that is what you want more of, moving and motivating you forward now. If it's safe and appropriate to do so, take a deep breath in. Hold that breath, because now and in the future, you can do this. Breathe out, and make old internal dialogues squeaky, high-pitched and off in the distance. You can change the way you think. Take a deep breath in. Hold that breath just a moment as you begin to realize that there are moments in the future that you can deliberately spin the sounds off into the distance. Squeaky, breathe out. That you can see those old internal dialogues being shrunk to this high-pitched squeaky sound. And as you take another deep breath in, hold that breath. You can close your eyes if you haven't already. And as you breathe out, do so with a big sigh and enjoy the resonant tingle feelings over your body. Because as you breathe out and feel good feelings, knowing that inside you is an automated process to allow you to become more and more forward-focused, positive, happy, aligned, healthier and stronger. And the more and more that you deliberately take a few moments over the coming hours, days, weeks ahead to deliberately, inside your head, where no one can see or notice what you're doing at any moment in time, squeaky, high-pitched helium voice, negative worries and doubts, gone. At any moment in time that it's appropriate in the future for you to change the way that you used an internal dialogue that didn't support you, as well as taking a moment either right now deep down inside your unconscious, and after this process or later on in this day or the next, a moment in time to deliberately plan to have a better internal dialogue in a situation that you know in the future your internal dialogue will pop up and say those same old negative patterns. Deliberately spin that high-pitched voice away off into the distance, again and again, in 2 or 3 different situations in the future where you can imagine those old internal dialogues didn't support you. And those moments in the future you can imagine on the old black and white television in front of you. Can imagine what it would look like to to be there in that moment in the future where that old internal dialogue used to whine. And instead, squeaky high pitch tinny from the speakers pictures off into the distance, feelings dropping away. And again today, right here, right now, in this space that you've created for yourself, bring another limiting internal dialogue to mind. High-pitched, squeaky, spin that off into the distance, images, feelings, good feelings coming in. And one more old situation, one more time with the same high-pitched and squeaky voice. Now, images off in the distance, squeaky voice off in the distance. And take a deep, comforting breath in. Hold this breath and know that as you breathe out and relax deeper, you can bring to mind an internal dialogue that supports you and that focuses you on what you do want to have more experience in this new way from today that again just grows bigger and bigger, shinier and more wonderful in every way. The more you move towards the clear mental images and ideas you have deep down inside, the ideas keep coming. The new thought that comes to mind that moves you towards achieving more and new wonderful things to do. So, as you take a deep breath in, hold that breath, hold it just a little longer, and as you breathe out, sigh and bathe your body in neurology, in good tingly feelings, because these good feelings feel good, and feeling good is good for you. Get to relax, de-stress, relax deeper, and focus on relaxing and being excited when appropriate, being more of the person that you want to see yourself achieving and succeeding at creating and making manifest things that are truly aligned with who you are, becoming more of who you want to be, able to make difference to you and those around you. Now, the more and more that you focus your mind in the forward direction, enjoy going towards the steps, the goals, the highlights, the markers on the journey that is the direction of your life. The more you feel good, aligned with a purpose, a mission, a vision, a truth, creating a space to enjoy more, to relax, to feel good, and to float out into the future moments and see some highlights drop down into that moment in time and experience the success, experience the good feelings, experience the comfort, relaxation, experience the sounds of all of the things around you that let you know you've achieved what you want to achieve, and the visuals, the things that you can see in the future when you've achieved. Now, as you allow yourself more and more to enjoy the enjoyment of focusing your clear mental image and noticing more steps between the now and the there that get you there easier and more effortlessly the more you explore the details of these other steps, creating bigger and clearer mental images and mental movies that move you in a direction towards success. The more you feel good about seeing the images, the movies in your mind of you doing the things that are aligned. And as you take one more deep breath in now and allow all of the positive suggestions that are good for you to integrate deep down inside now and as you sleep and dream, and later, if you haven't already, breathe out. Breathe out. Open your eyes and enjoy a comfortable, relaxed state of mind, an effortless, fluid state of mind that is the best and optimum state of mind for you right now to operate in the world around you. Can take a moment to do mind reprogramming exercise of deliberately squeaky high pitching some of the internal dialogues that used to limit you. Change them. Make a conscious, deliberate decision right now to spin away a high-pitched little voice 1, 2, 3 times. A different situation 1, 2, 3 times, and again 1, 2, 3. Eyes wide open if they're not. Enjoy the rest of your day. Episode 6 of the SoBeing Podcast coming up next. Oh yeah, grateful for that. See you then. This is John Vincent.